Now, when you select chart toolbar, you come to this section which says properties. Now, just remember, just below the crosshair, which is red plus sign, just below over here, you will find properties. You select properties, left click, and you make sure the colors are black, which is basically very clear and everything is sorted. Do not try to combine with multiple colors. The chart might feel confusing. It won't feel sorted kind of a thing. You can change the format of the chart from normal, close to candlestick. So let's say if I select normal and I apply. So you can see the candlestick has been changed to the bar type. If I select close and apply, it changes to close, price line and candlesticks. And this is what the candlestick is. I like to keep candlestick in my chart, so I would be keeping something like this. Thickness is something, if you are having any indicators over here, and that is going to change the thickness, and the indicator could be overlay or in separate window. Spacing, now let's just increase the spacing for a moment to 20 and apply it. You can see it looks like the price data has been zoomed out. In another way, you can see the distance between two different or subsequent candles is increased. Now let me just change this to 40 and just look at the difference. The distance or the gap between two subsequent candles will again increase. And because the distance or gap between two subsequent candles is increasing, number of candles which you can see in a screen area is also reducing by increasing spacing area. Now, again, if I make it 80, you can forecast that number of candles will again reduce. This is what it is. And coming back to what it was, for instance, 10. And if I again reduce it to, let us say 3, and you can assume that this is something what is going to happen. So it depends on what kind of format you want to keep, and you can make the changes over here. And there is also another way which I'm just going to show you how you can change the spacing or like kind of a shorten or something like that. This is what you can apply. And let us say if you change this setting for a moment and you want every time whenever you open this chart into that particular format, you can go to default and you can save current setting as default. So this is a very interesting feature which the other software, which is Metastock, doesn't add. Save current settings as default is like whenever I'm going to open a new chart, this is the default setting which I am going to see. So let us say if I want this to happen every time, which is spacing needs to be 10, thickness needs to be 1, the bar type needs to be candlesticks, and all other of those details. I select this save as current setting and apply, or maybe just directly press it OK. So whenever I open a new chart, so let's say that if I open another any of the chart, so that's the same setting which I am going to see. You can look at the properties and see the spacing is also more. Just to again to check it, suppose let us say I change this to 100, change the settings to save current settings as default, pressed OK. I go to open a new chart and let us say this time it's TCS. I press it enter and you can see the difference, which is spacing has been changed to 100. Okay, so this is how you can change the current settings to whatever your template or your requirement is. I'm changing it back to what it was originally. So save current setting as default, apply OK. And if I look out to open a new chart, let us say Infosys, and this is what the setting I want.